great challenge of war or peace. And I have 15 minutes to work through war or peace, which is a little less time than they gave this guy to write a book called War and Peace. People ask me, why is it that a kid growing up in rural Australia got interested in learning Chinese? Well, there are two reasons for that. Here's the first of them. That's Betsy the cow. Now, Betsy the cow was one of a herd of dairy cattle that I grew up with on a farm in rural Australia. See those hands there? These are not built for farming. So very early on I discovered that in fact working in a farm was not designed for me, and China was a very safe remove from any career in Australian farm life. Here's the second reason. That's my mum. Anyone here ever listen to what their mum told them to do? Anyone ever do what their mum told them to do? I rarely did. But what my mum said to me was, one day she handed me a newspaper, a headline which said, "Here we have a new change." And that change is China entering the United Nations. 1971. I just turned 14 years of age, and she handed me this headline. And she said, understand this, learn this, because it's going to affect your future. So being a very good student of history, I decided the best thing for me to do was, in fact, to go up and learn Chinese. The great thing about learning Chinese is that your Chinese teacher gives you a new name. And so they gave me this name, Ke, which means to overcome, or to conquer, and Wen. And that's the character for literature, or the arts. Ke Wen, conqueror of the classics. Any of you guys know? It's a major lift from being called Kevin.
我觉得那个很贱，超爽啊！他闯车都故意都不看车，以为车都要让他去见货。
And so I went off after that and joined the Australian Foreign Service, but here is where pride, before pride, there always comes a fall. So
你看这里，等一下我一定要拔了，看我等一下前面一定会拔，干，差点。但是我前面绿灯，我等一下一定会拔到人。但是这里绿灯对，一定要有人从这边直接左转过来，不然就直接过去，然后我就可以一直拔。我当时扒，但是我骑摩托车对，然后前面一个人过来，然后我过去扒了，哇干，然后他就转头要追我，对，没有追不到啊，我那时候也骑摩托车啊，他转头之后我就已经跑很远了，我看他转头我就加速跑，他就追不到了，我骂干啊。
那个人很辛苦。
没有，就看起来就反正就男的啊。然后转头要就是掉头要追我。
There was a big pause on the other side of the room. You could see the giant poobahs at the head of the horseshoe, the blood visibly draining from their face, and the junior woodchucks at the other end of the horseshoe engaged in peals of unrestrained laughter. Because when I rendered his sentence, Australia and China are enjoying a relationship of unprecedented closeness, in fact what I said was that Australia and China were now experiencing fantastic orgasm. That was the last time I was asked to interpret. But in that little story there's a wisdom which is, as soon as you think you know something about this extraordinary civilization of 5,000 years of continuing history, there's always something new to learn.